becoming a warrior kid is very, very difficult. Wait, you thought this was it? No, it was not. That was just the physical aspect of becoming a warrior kid. This time we're going to be focusing on the mental aspect. Because if you don't have this, if this is not sharp, this is useless. So focus on your mental aspect. Hey there guys, welcome back onto the channel. Today, I wanted to talk about Way of the Warrior Kid, Marc's Mission. The sequel to Way of the Warrior Kid from Wimpy to Warrior the Navy SEAL Way. Written by Jocko Willink. Now, before we jump into this fabulously written and illustrated book, let's talk a little bit about the author. Like I mentioned in my previous book review, if you've not seen it, Jocko Willink is a leadership instructor and he served for 20 years as a US Navy SEAL. So when you hear that, you're sure that this book is going to have some proper value. And talking about the characters, in the previous book there were only two main characters, and still there are only two main characters with addition of one more character, which we're going to be getting to in a minute. So the two main characters are Marc, who is like the main hero the book revolves around, and his Uncle Jake, who guides him to becoming a perfectly amazing kid, which is, he terms it as a warrior kid. So this book has been illustrated by John Bozak, and let's jump right into the review. Before we jump into the review, I just wanted to tell you guys that if you don't know what's going on, and if you haven't watched the previous book review, read the book, then you might as well just go ahead and watch that before. So if you don't want to do that, I'm just going to give you a brief summary, and if you've already seen the previous book review and understood what's going on, skip it. So in the previous book, Marc was a kid who was worthless at everything. He found himself to be a wimp. He couldn't swim, he couldn't exercise, he couldn't do his multiplication tables. Basically, he considered himself to be useless. And he was visited by his uncle, who was a Navy SEAL. His name was Uncle Jake, and Marc was extremely proud of him. But he started comparing himself to Uncle Jake, saying that Uncle Jake is so great, Uncle Jake is so much better than me, I'm a wimp, will he like me? So he pours out all his secrets in front of Uncle Jake. And Uncle Jake trains him to becoming a warrior kid. So he also faces many different problems, which you're going to have to watch the previous book review. So just to get a detailed book review and a proper breakdown and explanation of this book, go to the link in the description down below. Coming back to the review, in this book, like in the previous book, Marc faces several new problems, but this time they are all related to his mental thinking. Last time he was physically useless. This time he can't control his emotions. He has many mental problems. Let me just explain. So in the previous book, there was a bully named Kenny Williamson. Now he was a physical bully who can hurt you, who can injure you physically. In this book, there is a very weird bully. He uses his words. He gets inside your head. And when you psychologically get inside somebody's head, it can be as affecting as a real punch to the face. Because this kid, Nathan, used to call names to different children in public. And of course, no one likes that. But Marc especially did not like it. He took it really deeply to his heart, and he actually lost his temper in school. And he threw a pumpkin at Nathan. Yeah, so he threw a pumpkin at Nathan, and that pumpkin actually ended up hitting his teacher. So which sent Marc to the principal's office. And he was collected by Uncle Jake, which was another embarrassment for Marc, because all in all, he did not want Uncle Jake to see him in that situation. So he can't control his emotions. He lost his temper. That's one of the problems Uncle Jake helps him overcome in this book. Another problem that Uncle Jake helps him overcome is the problem that his jiu-jitsu instructor wants him to take part in a jiu-jitsu tournament. So Marc is backing out. He doesn't want to take part in the tournament. It's not because of his fear of fighting. He is scared, but not of fighting. Not of those punch and kicks and everything that could come towards him. No, he is scared of losing. Now, losing, it is all mental, because when you physically fight, then it's all touching your body. Then if you're not afraid of that, then that's a different type of fear. Fear of losing is a mental fear. You're afraid what impact it will have on you. Of course, you lose, the competition will go on, people will forget, but you will remember that you had lost this competition. So it's just the fear of losing. So Uncle Jake tells him that he should just try. Every new thing that he does is a learning point in his life. So that's another problem Uncle Jake helps him overcome. The third problem is that Mark wants a new bike, and it costs nearly over £200. So Uncle Jake tells him that he should try to rebuild his old bike, because his mother is not buying him the new bike because he neglected his old bike and it was left outside and it turned into a rust bucket. And since he didn't give proper care towards that bike, his mother is not buying him the new bike. So Uncle Jake tells him to fix his old bike and try to earn money to buy the new bike. So he tells him that people, this is a very important lesson, even if you're not interested in the rest of the book review, please listen to this. People will pay for anything they don't want to do themselves. It's as simple as that. So Mark decides that many people do not like mowing their lawns, weeding, and all that stuff. So he does all of that and earns a lot of money. Another problem that Uncle Jake helps him overcome. And there's a deep secret behind why Nathan, the kid who keeps calling people names, he kind of keeps troubling people. There's a reason behind that. So that's for you guys to find out. And he calls Mark a plate face. Now, if somebody were to call me a plate face, I would just kill them. No. I'm not gonna kill them. What I would do is take it very lightly, because even if the person is trying to be very mean, after all, it's a joke. If you don't know that you're a plate face, then you can take it harsh. But if you know that you're not a plate face, then why? Just laugh along with that person. So that's another problem that Uncle Jake helps him overcome. So this was a very brief summary of the book. Otherwise, the book instills really good qualities in you if you were to read them. So this time I wanted to do something new, so let's jump into the frequently asked questions about this book. So the first question, which I read a lot many times, on reviews and many different places, was that how do kids benefit from reading this book? Now, I have read many testimonials after reading this book, and I saw that many parents are really happy how their kids have started doing pull-ups, they started doing push-ups, they're exercising, they're controlling their temper, they're not shouting, they're being very amazing kids, as good as a parent would want them. So even young kids have written how much this book had helped them. They are trying to stay on the path of being a warrior kid, and it's not necessary to stick to the path that is given in the book. All you can do is make your own path. Just try to be the best you can be. So many kids have benefited. Many kids have improved their life. They've improved their social status. So they've improved their physical status, all of that stuff. A second question that is most frequently asked is how to stay on the path of being a warrior kid after reading all the books. Well, see, it's not necessary that you have to keep on reading the book to motivate yourself, but if that's what keeps you motivated, do it. Keep reading the book again and again if that's what keeps you motivated. But I would recommend that you copy down the Warrior Kid code. It is given in both the books, first, second, and possibly the third, which I'm not going to tell to you guys. So what any child can do is simply copy down the Warrior Kid code, hang it up on his or her wall, or probably write their own Warrior Kid code. Wouldn't that be something? Because of course, if you write your own Warrior Kid code, you're gonna stick to it because you took the time to think about what you wanted to write in that. You took the time to see and categorize things or how you want to do stuff. Obviously, you're gonna want to stick to that. So another question is that why should adults read this book? Well, basically, if your kid is not interested in reading books, please try to get that habit into him. But if you're an adult, this book is also for you because you can learn how to train your own kid. If the kid does not want to train himself by reading this book, by imagining that an Uncle Jake is there with him, all you have to do is try to train him the way Uncle Jake tries in the book. So basically, you have to teach all nice things to your child. The way Uncle Jake, he puts all these good qualities into Mark. Same way you can help your child grow thanks to this book if you were to just read this book. And the last question which I'm going to be discussing is what kind of properties does this book instill in you? Well, it is very simple. It instills all the good qualities like planning, hard work, and earning your own things, not to be frugal. It was a new word I picked up in this book. Also, this is all summed up into one word, which is discipline, like I mentioned in my last book review. I also said that all these words, they come together to make discipline, and discipline equals freedom. All your relaxation and fun things, they are for a limited period of time. But discipline, it stays, if you continue staying in discipline for a long period of time, you're going to benefit for a long period of time. Fun, like going out for the movies, every night or something like that, that only lasts for that moment, that period of time. But discipline will last forever. So hopefully that answered some of the questions you have been thinking throughout watching this book review. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this book review. It really means that you clicked on this video and you wanted to know about this book. All in all, this book is really amazing. You should read it. And there is a third part for this, which you guys should stay tuned. It will be upcoming soon on this channel. So if you haven't seen the first book review and you've not understand much, you've just skipped to the end or something, go ahead, write in the description and watch the first part, because of course you're going to want to know about this book. And also just go ahead and grab this book, because there's nothing to lose. You're gaining lots of stuff and all you have to do is just read a book. So go ahead right now and buy this book. So hats off to Jocko Willink for writing this book, and this book is also filled with many funny illustrations which you're gonna have, which are gonna keep you intrigued, so you're not gonna get bored while reading the book, and it's just mind-blowing. So guys, give this video a like if you liked it, and of course, if you're liking my videos, if you're really interested about learning about new books, coming to know about new books so that you get more knowledge about the books before you buy them, make sure you subscribe down and click the notification bell, which would be really appreciated. If not that, just give a little bit of your love by giving this video a like, and I'm gonna see you guys next time, because I'm never stopping making book reviews. See you guys.